Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. And good morning, everyone. So, how are you? Are you all okay?
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah. Doing well.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, very good, guys. Okay. So I am very thankful to all of you for giving this commitment to participate and contribute yourself in our group discussion, because today we are going to have just a simple group discussion, but we are going to discuss about a very heavy topic about our generation. But before that, let we know that today we have Aiman, we have Isa, we have Irfan, and Fatu Alim. Okay. Guys, we are going to discuss about a topic about our generation, which is Gen Z, Generation Z, which is the people, the generation who born between the year of 1996 into the 2012. So we are going to relate our generation. We are going to relate our generation to the something that are also very crucial, are also very sensitive and important in our daily life. So Gen Z is very attached with this thing, which is technology. So technology is the thing that we are going to relate with our generation, and that is the what we call it as theme of our discussion today. So technology, as we know that it is just like tools to help us to ease our daily life works, such as, yes, we are using the technology to conduct this group discussion, and we are going to relate technology with our generation. Okay, guys. The topic of our group discussion today is technology weakens. Technology weaken Gen Z. So we are going to express our opinion, either we agree or not with this statement. And I hope all of you will be very brave to give your idea and your opinion in order to justify,
Sure.
in order to support or to deny this statement. Okay, guys, before I go further, there's a quote stated about technology, which is stated that technology is either a curse or a blessing, depend on how we use it. Guys, based on this quotes, I can say that technology, we cannot deny that have technology have a lot of benefits and advantage and disadvantage and something like that. But we are going to justify how much is the advantage and how much is the disadvantage of technology. Okay, guys. To begin with, I want to ask all of you a question, just a simple question, and you can answer it. Try to imagine that you are going to hang out with your friend. You are going to hang out with your friend. Uh, Maybe you want to go to play sports with them, and when you arrive at that place, you suddenly realize that you left your smartphone at the home. So my question is, are you going to go back to your home to take your smartphone, or you just ignore your smartphone and spend the time with your friend? So what is your answer?
Going back home and take my phone. It's the only
Yes, it's
way.
yes, very accurate. It is believed that, and I also believe that I also will do that. I believe that about 90% of our generation will return back to their home to take that smartphone, because our generation is actually very attached to the technology, such as the smartphone. And this situation, this scenario is actually a basic thing, a common thing actually. There is statistics stated that 70% of our generation believe that the whole thing in their life is depending on technology. In other words, they cannot do anything without the resources of technology. That is our mindset of our that is the mindset of our generation. Okay, guys. This mindset stated that our generation is actually over depending on technology. So depending on technology is just a common thing, but over depending on technology is actually not a good thing, and it is a harmful thing, which is over depending on technology will give a negative effect in the future. Maybe in the future we will face a problem such as such as we cannot access the technology during hard time. There also times that we cannot use the technology. So at this time, when we cannot use when we cannot use the technology, the weakness of our generation will be revealed clearly. The weakness of our generation will be revealed clearly, which is at that time we can see that our high dependency on the technology had got us into a bad situation. Just an easy example, we are going to face the examination, but we are to depend on technology. At the same time, we are not allowed to use the smartphone at the examination hall, which is this thing. It will reveal our weakness. We are not utilize our brain when we are busy utilizing the technology. We forget to use our brain, and at the same time, we will lose the problem solving skill. We will not able to apply the creative thinking, the critical thinking skill, and this will affect our future. So we, as the young generation, we have a lot of things to be faced in our world, in our life. So we cannot to depend on technology, and it will show our weakness. We will see that we will have problem to answer the question from the interviewer when we are going to hunt for the job. So we are not going to answer, we are not able to answer the question, because before this we just depend on technology. If you didn't have any, if you have any problem, you just use Google to ask to find the solution. And even as lazy as our generation, if they have just to calculate a simple number, just a simple calculation, they pretend to use the calculator application at their smartphone, rather than just use your brain, just to think, just to calculate that number on your brain. But our generation did not do this, because we are being weakened by the technology. Technology limited our power. Technology limited our strength. We are being weakened by technology. Technology actually, our strength is hidden by technology. Technology take part. Technology is our second brain, and we don't utilize our brain. So guys, actually why I am very eager and aggressive to talk about this topic is actually because last week I had seen is a WhatsApp status that is stated the advantage of technology that will benefit the Gen Z, and I quite disagree with his statement. But I have just today to ask you. So Isa, what makes you say like that? Why I say like that? Why Isa?
Yeah, Brother Alim said that he saw my status that I wrote in the status that I love technology, and like Bro Alim said, technology can either be blessing or curse, and I will tell you guys about the blessing side of technology. Okay, so technology can enhance education and digital learning tools of Gen Z. The simple reality is that today's generation are learning the way that we would not have imagined when we were growing up. They are using the Duolingo app to learn languages, and Audible app to listen to books, and Evernote app to take notes from class. Indeed, with smartphone applications, social networking, and interactive websites, new horizons are normative for these generations. As a result, teenagers quickly become adept with a multitude of different digital learning tools, thus enhancing their educational opportunities. I think when it comes right down to it, the education system is all about uh, preparing the young people for the rest of their lives, for the old days. Uh, and a big part of their future will be the world. And increasingly, this means being comfortable with the new technology will absolutely strengthen this generation. What are you guys thinking about it?
Okay, I do agree with you. You know, I don't deny the fact that yes, technology plays quite a vital role nowadays. But I also want to emphasize, you know, the negativities, and I want to add up to the points that our brother Adim has stated before. You know, what points that I want to add up is that, you know, if we notice that our Gen Z today lacks in empathy, you know, they lacks in empathy. For example, they tend to be loud online. They tend to be, you know, they tend to be vocal online. trying to express themselves, to gain the attention that they wanted from the society online. But over times, they tend to overspoke too, and sometimes they even overstep themselves. It's easier for us to overspoke, to be loud, to insult someone online when we don't know the real situation, or we don't know the the conditions that these persons are facing. So this is what I meant by the lack of empathy. I want to quote Dr. Helen Rees. She is the author of The Empathy Effect. She elaborated regarding these statements that our Gen Z are lax in terms of empathy. She said during one of her study, she did an interview with these internet trolls, with these internet insulters. She stated, these internet trolls tends to believe those that they have trolled are not real person. They tend to take that all the person that they have insulted, oh no, they are not a real person at all. It is okay to insult someone's religion. It's okay to insult someone's health conditions just because, okay, I don't know them, they don't know me, and it's okay for me to just insult them. And this is quite alarming. The best cases that we can take is, like, for example, the Ukrainian and Russian war cases that we have gone through before. We don't even know the real backgrounds that the people in Russia are going through, the people in Ukraine are going through. Yet we come up with all the ideas and the insultings that we could give towards them. So I think this is quite improper and quite alarming. So how about you, Brother Ayman? What did you think of these things that we are going through? What are your opinions on technologies towards our Gen Z?
Okay, well, indeed, you have a very good point there, but we can't ignore the fact that technologies have made Gen Z possess great multitasking skills. Not only Gen Z, but I think these multitasking skills have also have also benefited all kinds of generations. Okay, technology has become the greatest multitasking enabler. Instant access to information and forms of communication enables us to quickly switch from one task to the next. Imagine you're a businessman, and also an influencer. You can interact with your followers, with your with your associates, while being able to manage your business online. Okay, besides that, it allows us better time management, so we can be quicker and more efficient throughout the working day, and increases our performance and the number of tasks completed. And it also leads to higher productivity. If the tasks to be done are organized and carried out correctly, the volume of work that can be taken on increases. And I think maybe any of you have a thing in mind?
I think I want to add up some of my points, since me and Bro Ivan is in the same sites, and I think technology can enhance the interactive creativity and digital expression of Gen Z. Transcending why I'm saying that transcending colored markers and crayons, smartphone applications and interactive websites offer these generations the ability to share their artistic passions far and wide. For example, they can record a musical performance on YouTube, make a mood board on Pinterest, edit photos on the VSCO app, or learn a new TikTok dance and post it on their account. Using video and sound, they can access different types of digital tools that help them think creatively and easily share their creations. It also offers the opportunity for encouragement and creative feedback. It is tempting to use, sorry, it is tempting to use a one-size-fits-all approach with the generation, and of course, it will be much easier, but it's not that effective. That's because this Generation Z or Gen Z is like the rest of society. They are individuals. We are individuals. That is, they have different strengths and respond differently to various teaching approaches. It's useful to rate learning styles into three broad categories, uh, actually, and which is auditory learners, visual learners, and tactical learners. And only technology can benefit all these types of learners with and definitely enhance their creativity. So what are you guys' opinion?
Oh, like that. Okay, sir. It is like this. Yes. I agree that you have a very good point about that. But I think you may misunderstood. You and Aiman maybe misunderstood what I and Irfan are going to convince all of you, which is actually what Irfan and I meant before this about the problem that technology bring to us, and this thing that we are going to face, and this thing actually. Yes, we are going to face it, but maybe some of the Gen Z are not able to face it, and Gen Z will be weakened by the technology. Okay, it is as simple as this. Ifan stated that a lot of problem brings by the technology. One of it that I want to emphasize here about the mental health problem that caused by technology. Don't you know that the child suicide rate, the child suicide rate, you know suicide, committing suicide, you kill
Yeah.
yourself. Okay, the rate of suicide among the child of the Gen Z had increased about 150%. That's a very huge number. Why this happened? Because we cannot deny that the technology, especially the social media that we use every day, give a very bad effect on our mental health issue. And just a simple as example, when you have the experience that you text someone on your WhatsApp, or you just ask your friend on the group WhatsApp, you have the group WhatsApp and you ask a question at the group WhatsApp and no one replied it, or you text your friend and your friend did not reply it, and even your friend, if they reply it just a single word, this thing, maybe we can see that it's just a simple thing, just a common thing, but actually when it happen, it can affect our emotion. We will feel that we had been ignored by our friend. When there is no update from our friend through the social media, we think that our friend is actually we feel that we are useless, our friend ignored us at that time. So this is actually emotion. This show us that technology have power to determine our emotion, our behavior, our mentality, and technology had caused bad effect when we think that our friend did not want to chat with us because of that thing that I mentioned before this. We will feel the loneliness. At the first one, loneliness, and the second one, it will be to the anxiety, and the next one we go to the depression, and this caused the high rate of child suicide that happened in Gen Z. It is also, we cannot deny that the over depending on technology that I stated before, this is actually an addiction. And according to the psychologist expertise, they said that addiction is a mental health problem. We have to realize that technology is technology. Technology is not a basic need such as water, water, shelter, foods that human need. Technology is technology. Technology should not be a basic need. But if we addicted by technology, it's just like that we addicted to the drugs, such as the other people in our Gen Z. Okay, this stated that we have a very big mental health issue problem, and when we face this mental health issue, actually, we will be weak because we are the Gen Z. As I said before, this we have a very bright future. We are going to be the employee. We are going to be the father and mother. We are going to be the leader of our country. So we cannot afford this low mentality. We can afford this have problem, this mental health problem. So by this, I think that it is very hard for us to we call it as to maintain our mental health problem, to maintain our mental health, because we are overexposed to the negative content on the social media. We see at the social media there is a lot of content that are insulting Islam. Lots of content do the cyberbullying, the body shaming, the lots of things that are going to ruin our emotion. We actually to depend on social media, to depend on technology, addicted to technology, we actually surrender our right to determine our emotion. We let the technology to decide you are going to be a nice person today or you are going to be an upset person today. So that's how I think that technology play very big role in our life, especially the Gen Z who have a very soft mentality. So what about all of you? Do you agree with me?
Well, I'm gonna be disagree with that. But indeed, you have a very good point, and I understand your concern regarding this issue. But if we look to a bigger perspective, technologies have made Gen Z a well-informed and well-educated generation. Digital technology has eliminated the physical barriers between nations through their mutual ideas and opportunities. The rise of social media has encouraged communication, and the use of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, the new ones is TikTok, and many other social networking platforms has allowed culturally diverse people to connect with each other. This means that if have you ever like scrolling through TikTok, you sometimes the content is not from your country, right? It's from it can be from Belgium, it can be from America, from Thailand, from China. So um, so that we can learn their culture just from by viewing videos on TikTok. Okay, users on the social media are now becoming global people. Since we live in the world of information, information technology has become a part of Gen Z's daily lives. By the existence of information technology, it has made Gen Z well-informed to any latest trends, news, and updates. Okay, maybe any one of you have something in mind?
Okay, I want to elaborate a little bit regarding your point that, yes, it is true. We are producing more educated people nowadays with the help of these technologies. But I want to raise the question, what is the value of all these educated people? Is it just because they are being educated in terms of they are achieving, a good results in terms of academics, in terms of, they possess their degrees, they have their diplomas. It is it These are the things that we want to bring forth for our future generations, for our future Gen Z, for our future Gen Alpha in the future. So this is the questions that I want to raise. So other than that, I want to state too, regarding the point that our brother Adam have raised before. Yes, I couldn't agree more with him, because what I could emphasize is that our generations nowadays, the Gen Z typically, they have these sorts of ungratefulness. They nowadays we can see they tend to compare themselves in a improper manner. They tend to compare themselves without a proper benchmark. They went online and for example, the Gen Zs today are married. A married couple in Gen Zs have these possibilities to divorce more than the generations before. Why? They tend to take things for granted. For example, they went online and they see, oh, these couples online are very well versed, are very rich, and have a good wealth, and they tend to forget the things that they already possess. They have, for example, if they already have a good wife, they already have a good husband, and they want more, which is not a good thing, because you need to learn to appreciate the things that you already have, that you already possess. And this is quite alarming because the statistic, for example, from Majlis Agama Islam Wilayah, from the religion, from the Kuala Lumpur religion department, they stated that the divorce cases have raised for about 25% in terms of 2020. So this is, the things that we cannot just take it for granted, and we could not just overlook this sort of problems. And not just that, what we call the best things that I could highlight to you, have you guys ever faced these problems where your friends abandon your chats? For example, you have quite an urgent matter to be settled today, and you texted him or her, and then you will get the replies within, like 1 week, 3 days, or and some worst cases, they would reply you in about 1 month, and that is what we call a worst thing ever that you could treat a person with. So this is what I meant by ungratefulness. You need to, the future generations need to understand. They need to, appreciate the things that they have already had. So this is what I meant by future generations have these sorts of ungratefulness among them. Okay. So how to conclude this? I guess it is agreeable by all of us that technologies do bring goodness, do bring benefits and advantages for us nowadays, typically in these modern days, right? But we cannot deny that technologies also bring disadvantages and negativities among us nowadays, especially the Gen Z or the alpha generations that are coming forward. So in order for us to cater or to manage these problems and enjoy the full benefits of technology, it is better that we have a good self-control, and we need to be fully aware regarding the negativities that technologies could bring forth, so that we could preserve, and so that we could produce a better future for our Gen Zs. That's all.